Moving right along, here we go, kids. Thank you for tuning in to the Boston Marathon Bombings Chronicles, volume number 10. If you've watched all the way straight through, it's been a couple hours we've been together. I'm hoping that you're learning something, or that you're seeing other patterns develop, or maybe you can point out something that I haven't noticed. But once again, as usual, let's jump right into things. We're at the top of page 24 in my notes, and just page 24, baby. You know, I mean, fucking, this ain't no joke, dude. You know, we're taking fucking notes here, guys. You know, we want to get down to the bottom of this shit. So, moving along. 7:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pete Williams having a hard time reading what is on Mr. Whitehat's driver's license. And then in parentheses I wrote, how the fuck did he get his damned license? That means they have access to my license if they can get his license. You know, so I mean, really? You know, how did Pete Williams get a hold of the fucking kid's goddamn license? Because this is being reported on MSNBC. Moving along, 7:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. National Guard just showed up in Watertown. They were there a little bit sooner than that. You can see Army personnel and such way before 7:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's being shown on CNN. And then a private thought immediately after that, by me, private thought of my own, says 10,000 people of law enforcement and armed services to catch a 19-year-old kid. I believe the fix is in. I mean, think about it. 10,000 law enforcement and armed forces people and agencies all across America to catch one 19-year-old terrorist. Yet we have this guy, Edward Snowden, you know, and the president's like, well, what do you mean? I'm not going to scramble 2 jets to get a 29-year-old hacker. But you'll fucking employ 10,000 fucking people to go after a 19-year-old kid? Really? What a threat he is? I mean, look at Trayvon Martin. Everybody keeps on saying, oh, but he was such a tiny, frail little thing, and he couldn't have ever stood up to George Zimmerman, and blah, 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 blah. He was just a little kid. Well, Tsarnaev is right around the same age group, motherfucker. You know, and it takes 10,000, you know, it took one Zimmerman to kill, you know, this one kid, you know, but it takes 10,000 fucking, you know, law enforcement to kill his brother and capture him later in the day. Really? Moving along. Apparently, okay, that's it. 7:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CNN reports that law enforcement is planning another news conference for 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Moving along, at 7:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, reporter has new information that has been confirmed. Number 1, the suspect one killed by explosives on his body. That's been confirmed, really? This has been told to a reporter by a terrorism analyst who has been briefed on this. And that's in quotes what the reporter said. What the reporter actually said, that he had found this information out from a terrorism analyst who has been briefed on this. Number 2, he also attended Bunker Hill Community College. Where are they getting all this fucking information from? I mean, is it being fed to them by the feds this time? Are they stopping with the disinformation to feed the narrative now? Number 3, family left Chechnya to Kazakhstan and then came to the U.S. Number 3, studied engineering, took a year off for boxing. Number 5, they know people locally, authorities are trying to contact these people. Number 6, Tamerlan posted on his website, I don't have a single American friend, I don't understand them. That was seen on CNN. Wow. We're getting close, guys. We might actually be able to finish this segment here in this video. So, in regards to the previous entry, name released of suspect number 2 less than an hour ago. But now CNN has all this info on suspect number one, including that he was a boxer. Who leaked this information from an ongoing investigation? Amazing how much info has been leaked to the media in the last 6 weeks. And when I say in the last 6 weeks, I'm referring to all the leaks that came out about the NSA and things of that nature, because let's see what this part of the investigation was started, as you can see there, right there underlined, on Saturday, June 8th, 2013 at 6:20 p.m. Because I don't really have all the time in the world to do this all the time, so it's taken me a while to go through the footage that I have. But think about it. We've had more information leaked in the last couple of months since this bombing is being covered up than we've had in the last 20 fucking years get leaked. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not an age of leaks. It is a fucking plan. Okay? They're trying to distract us like they do with football and Super Bowls and World Series. And they do that because, like I mentioned in previous videos, you know, nobody knows what Army Regulation 210-35 is, but you ask any football fan how many fucking touchdowns Peyton Manning threw last year, or how many points that Kobe Bryant scored this year, or who's going to be on the Black Entertainment Television Awards, you know, they're going to have an answer for you. Okay? You see what I'm saying here? Is a pattern starting to develop a little bit, ladies and gentlemen? Then, and then at 7:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the CNN reporter claims that the suspects are Muslim. In parentheses, I write, who is feeding them info? 7:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In quotes, they're just telling me that, yes, they're Islamic. And in parentheses, this is the same reporter from the previous entry at 7:39. So are they Muslim or Islamic, or is that the same, or does it matter? And that's being reported on CNN. At 7:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, citizens are evacuated by the busload while law enforcement is sent in by the busload. This is being reported on CNN. They're taking people out of the city of Watertown by the busload, and then they're shipping in the law enforcement by the busload. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds exactly like a police state. Moving along at 7:41, the tape ticker reads, as many as 9,000 law enforcement personnel scouring the area. And that's been reported by CNN. In parentheses, I wrote my personal thought that for a 19-year-old kid who's on foot or on the run, really, not 9,000 law enforcement for a little kid. Ridiculous. Now, I have this with a big star right next to it because I'm about to make a comment, personal private thought of mine, after seeing this being said on CNN. I said, wait up, I just seen him to be on foot because that was how he was caught, in a boat, not in a black SUV. So if you ditched a truck, was it reported in the news or by law enforcement? Just something to take a look at. Man, page 26. And realize that this debacle goes on for another 12 hours or so Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to have another 25-page notes, you know, for you by the time this is all over, guys. But we're almost there. That's the last page, and I'm about to start here on the flip side on page 26. Oh, this one's got double stars on it. Must be juicy. Let's take a look. 7:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tom Fuentes. He's a former FBI assistant director. He questions whether the brothers used their anarchist cookbook to refine their bomb-making skills. Now remember, the security exchange email or post or whatever that fucking thing was that said that they were going to find an NRA handbook in their house and that they were going to raid on Friday and that they were going to be 18 to late teens to early 20s, pretty much predicted everything that fucking happened because the martial law, or I mean shelter in place, happened on a Friday. Okay? Very similar to what was told by the security commission guy, the security exchange guy. And now we already have the FBI's former director questioning whether they, have the anarchist cookbook to refine their bomb making skills. Later it comes out that it's not the anarchist cookbook or the NRA handbook, but they went onto the internet to look at Inspire magazine to learn how to make their bomb. Henceforth, killing two birds with one stone. I don't want to say the great thing about that, or for them the great thing about that is that not only did they get the knowledge from a book or magazine that should be banned, right? You see the way it works out with the book burning Nazi war cow shit. Yeah, that's where this country's going, guys, if we don't fucking stop this shit and analyze what the hell's really going on. Moving right along. 7:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Governor Deval Patrick will be doing a presser. They just gave the 10-minute warning. At 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Governor Deval Patrick and his press conference, they state that suspect number 1 is dead, suspect number 2 is on the run. There's no Q&A. There's an officer wounded, an MIT cop killed. All transportation is suspended, and shelter in place now includes all of Boston. I'm sure that press conference was on all the major networks. I happen to see that particular footage on Fox News. Okay, so at 8:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have 2 entries. The first one is from Fox and the second one is from me. The tape ticker talks about a no-fly zone, but simply refers to it as a restriction of all aircraft flying below 3,000 feet, and no immediate reports of restrictions at Boston's Logan Airport. Now that's being reported on Fox News. And then I wrote my personal thought. They have bombs, not rockets. Why restrict airspace? It is to keep the media from seeing something that they shouldn't see. So that's my personal thought. That's what I really truly believe. I believe that these guys are fucking dirtbags and they'll do anything to keep prying eyes like mine or prying ears like mine and yours out of this situation. They will do anything to protect their fucking story. And I'm sick and tired of it. I feel like, what's his name from the network? I feel like sticking my head out the window and saying, I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take this anymore. And I think you should do the same thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, take a look down here. Down here. You see that we're approaching the 14-minute mark. We really don't have too much. We have 2 more entries, but I'm going to do a little bit of commentary afterwards in the next video. So I thank you for your viewership. I thank you for sitting in the long haul of this. In the future, for future reference, please subscribe so that you can get more updated videos. And as I put together, the next few pages this weekend or next weekend, I will keep on continuously doing videos so I don't have to sit here for fucking almost 3 hours putting together all these videos. And we're just 2 clicks away, right? I'll see you soon in the next episode. Thanks again.